Viruses are incredibly small. They are much smaller than bacteria. Viruses are basically just tiny packages of genetic material. This material can be DNA or RNA. Viruses can't reproduce on their own. They need a host cell to do that. Once inside a host cell, a virus hijacks the cell's machinery. It forces the cell to make copies of the virus. These new viruses then burst out of the cell, often destroying it in the process. This is how viruses spread and cause disease. Viruses have plagued humanity for centuries. They have caused epidemics and pandemics that have shaped history. Understanding viruses is crucial for protecting public health. Influenza, commonly known as the flu, is a respiratory virus. It spreads through droplets released when infected people cough or sneeze. The flu can cause a range of symptoms from mild to severe. One of the deadliest pandemics in history was the 1918 influenza pandemic. This pandemic, sometimes called the Spanish flu, infected an estimated 500 million people worldwide. It killed an estimated 50 million people. The 1918 pandemic was caused by a particularly virulent strain of influenza. It was a novel strain, meaning that humans had little immunity to it. This lack of immunity contributed to the pandemic's severity. Since 1918, there have been other influenza pandemics. These include the 1957 Asian flu and the 1968 Hong Kong flu. Although not as deadly as the 1918 pandemic, these outbreaks still caused significant illness and death. HIV, or human immunodeficiency virus, attacks the body's immune system. Specifically, it targets a type of white blood cell called a T cell. T cells are crucial for fighting off infections. HIV is spread through contact with infected bodily fluids such as blood, semen, or vaginal fluids. It can be transmitted through sexual contact, sharing needles, or from mother to child during pregnancy, childbirth, or breastfeeding. HIV emerged in the early 20th century. However, it wasn't until the 1980s that it was identified as the cause of AIDS, or acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. AIDS is the late stage of HIV infection. It occurs when the immune system is severely damaged. HIV/AIDS has had a devastating impact on global health. It has claimed millions of lives. Antiretroviral drugs can control HIV infection. However, there is still no cure for the virus. Section 4, COVID-19. The pandemic of our time. COVID-19, short for Coronavirus Disease 2019, is caused by a novel coronavirus called SARS-CoV-2. Like influenza, COVID-19 is a respiratory illness. It spreads through droplets released when infected people cough, sneeze, or talk. The first cases of COVID-19 were identified in Wuhan, China in late 2019. The virus quickly spread around the world, leading to a global pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic has caused widespread illness, death, and economic disruption. The rapid spread of COVID-19 highlighted the interconnectedness of the modern world. It also underscored the importance of public health measures such as mask wearing, social distancing, and vaccination. The development of COVID-19 vaccines in record time was a remarkable scientific achievement. These vaccines have been instrumental in reducing the severity of the pandemic. However, challenges remain in ensuring equitable access to vaccines and combating misinformation. Section 5, Lessons Learned, Future Challenges. The history of viruses, from influenza to HIV to COVID-19, is a stark reminder of our vulnerability to infectious diseases. These outbreaks have taught us the importance of surveillance, preparedness, and a strong public health infrastructure. They have also highlighted the need for international cooperation and scientific research. As we move forward, we must learn from the past and invest in measures to prevent and control future outbreaks. The emergence of new and deadly viruses is an ongoing threat. Climate change, deforestation, and increased human-animal interaction are creating conditions that make such outbreaks more likely. By understanding the lessons of the past and embracing a proactive approach to public health, we can better protect ourselves and future generations from the threat of viral pandemics.